Hey, what's up guys? This is Alex with GuitarForce.com. Today we're going to take a look at the song called I'll Play the Blues for You, which was written by Albert King, but Gary Moore has covered this song, so we're going to take a look at his version. And a big thanks goes to William for requesting and supporting this song. I really appreciate all your support throughout these years. If you would like to support me, you can do so by going to Patreon, and just for $1 a month you can become a patron and support me. The links are going to be in the description box down below, so thanks to everybody who is supporting me. Also, the tabs and the backing track are going to be available for download at a really low price at GuitarForce.com. That way you're going to be supporting me as well, so if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. As far as the sound, nothing changes. I was using the VST plugin Guitar Rig, and as usual I'm going to post the picture of the preset for you to see. This song is in standard tuning, so I'm going to play you my low E so you can tune up and play along with this lesson. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's go for the close-up and start the lesson. Okay, so before we start breaking down the licks, I'm going to show you the chords that have been played throughout this song. Basically we're playing in G minor, typical blues progression. The intro is slightly different to the verses, and all we do is we simply stay in G minor, so we have G minor 7. For a bar and a half, and then for the second bar on the third and fourth beats we have a C power chord alternating with G minor. Okay, so this is what we do. We play in the intro, we play the G minor chord alternating with C, back to G minor 7, we stay on it for 2 bars, and then practically we repeat the first part. So again, G minor 7 alternating with C5 for 2 times. Now during the verses we have typical blues progression, like I said, in G minor, and we have it for 16th bars. So the beginning of the progression starts with the G minor, of course, G minor or G minor 7, alternating the first time with C5, back to G minor, and we stay on this chord for 2 bars. Then we go to the C minor 7 chord for 2 bars, looks like this, back to G minor for 2 bars. And then for the turnaround, we're gonna use, this is a D minor 9 chord for 2 bars. Then we go to C minor 9 for 2 bars, and we're back to G minor 7, alternating with C5 for 2 times. So basically that's the whole progression. Now when you play the D minor 9 chord, you can alternate it with, you can either include the minor 3rd, or you can use minor 9 but without the 3rd, and just adding the 5th interval. Sounds approximately the same, so you can use both variations. I would use probably D minor 9 when I play the D minor 9 like this, and when going for C minor 9, I would probably use with the 5th interval right here. But like I said, you can use any of these chords, any of these shapes. Okay, so this is these are the chords during the progression. Now during the intro we have first lick, And I'm sure you're going to be able to spot where it's at. I'm just going to show it to you. It goes like this. So here we're going to be using the G minor pentatonic, obviously, pretty much throughout the licks, throughout the song, using licks and also during the solo. So this first lick in the intro, we start off with a bend on the high E string, 8th fret, and it's a half step bend. Then we play 8, 6, quarter note. I'm sorry, it's a 16th note going to, so 6, 16th note going to B string, 8th fret. Pick it one more time, and then again we have 6 to 8. So all together. So this is the first lick during the intro. Then we'll go into the verses, and the first verse, practically we're not playing anything. There is one lick in the end of the verse, and it goes like this. So it's kind of the same thing as we did during the intro lick, slightly different rhythmically, of course, so watch out for that. So what we do, we take kind of all these notes and we play them an octave lower. So we're going to be playing a bend, quick bend on the 5th fret of the G string, again half step bend. Then we play 3rd fret, 16th note again to the D string 5th fret, staying on it for 2 beats, and then again we have 3rd fret on the G, back to 5th on D, and then the last note we have 3rd fret on the G string with a slight bend, kind of half step bend, and adding some vibrato. So all together, one more time. Alright, so this is lick number 2 during the first verse. Then after that we'll go into the second verse, and again we we don't play anything basically. He just outlines some chords, touching them very lightly. You know, the G to C power chord, back to G minor chord. There are a couple of licks, however, and the first one is just 2 notes. Again, 6th fret on the high E to 8th fret on the B string, adding some vibrato. And then again, one more lick, which is goes like this. So on the G string, again 5th fret. This time we pick the note, stay on it for a little longer, and then we play the quick bend and release half step. And then we have again 16th note, 3rd fret on G to the 5th fret on the D string. And during this verse, again, there is just very kind of silent note which he picks on the high E string, 8th fret. It's almost inaudible, but you know, you can still hear it. So during these verses, like I said, you can play kind of lightly touching the chords, you know, when you're going through the changes as well. And we have these few licks during the verses. Now we're going to take a listen to the second verse in the end, where we have a lick, and it also goes into the interlude, and we're going to break it down, all of the things that are being played there. So let's take a listen to that. Alright, so the lick in the end of verse 2 goes like this. Okay, so here we have a slide from around 5th fret to the 7th fret on the G string. Then we play 8 on B, add some vibrato. Then we go to 6th fret on high E, which is followed by a little rest, and then we have, which is a slight bend on the 6th fret on the high E, followed, and it's kind of staccato note, so it's short. And then we go right to the 3rd fret on the high E, back to 6 on high E, and then we have 2 notes, 3rd fret on the high E. The first one is really almost inaudible, the second one is kind of stronger, so you might want to add a little bit of accent on this note. And then we have this scale run down, so starts off on the high E, 3rd fret, then we go to B, 6, 3, G string, 5th fret, and it's slight bend, followed by a little rest, and we go after that 5, 3, 5 on D, back to 3rd fret on G, and then we have a slide out from the 5th fret on the D string, going back to the 3rd fret on G, and then we have this double stop, which is on the high E and the B strings, 3rd fret, and it's again kind of staccato, kind of sharp notes, like that. And then we have, which is 5 on A, going to the 3rd fret on D, and we finish it off with 2 notes on the 5th fret of the D string. So one more time. After that we have sort of interlude going on, a little melody, and we're going to be using here the double stops, 6s. So let me show you the first one. So here we have a slide. We're going to be using A and G strings here, and we have first slide kind of from 5th to 7, or you can just target the 7th fret on the A string. And once you've made the slide, we then pick the G string on the 5th fret. And then we do this, the second slide, the second double stop. This time we slide into the 5th fret of the A string, and then we pick the 3rd fret on the G. So, and we stay on this last note for 6 beats. Then we basically repeat the same figure for 3 times. So altogether 3 times, so we repeat 2 times. Okay, just play it here a little bit faster, so don't have to wait. And then we go for the turnaround, and for turnaround we're going to be using slightly different double stop. So the first one is exactly the same. So sliding into the 7th fret on A, picking the 5 on G, and then the next double stop is going to be this one. So we slide into the 8th fret on the A string and picking 7th fret on G. So we have, so staying on this 7th fret here for again whole bar and a half. Then we repeat the same phrase, so we have, again these 2 double stops, and then we come back to the initial double stop. So we play, and we play this for 2 times. And then in the end of this interlude we have a quick lick, which is, so again on the G string we have quick bend and release, kind of half step. And then we pick 3rd fret, 5 on D, staying on this note for 2 beats, and then again we have this quick double stop, which is on the high E and B strings 3rd fret. Like that. Alright, so during verse number 3 again we have one lick which is being played before we go into D minor 9 chord, and it goes like this. So it starts off with the high E string, 3rd fret, then we go to B, 3rd fret, G, 5 to 3, 5 on D, and then back to G string, 3rd fret, add some vibrato, and then we have a bend on G string, 5th fret, full step. And that's the lick during the last verse number 3. After that, we go into the solo, and let's take a listen to the whole solo. Alright, so the solo, we're going to break it down lick by lick. The first one goes like this. So here we start off with the 8th fret on the B string. Now all these notes are going to be staccato, meaning that they are kind of short. Okay, so 8 on B, then we go to high E, 6, 8, and we have a bend full step. Like that. Then we have rest, then after that the next lick. So starts off with the bend on the 8th fret, full step. Then we play 8, and then we have 6 frets. It's a 16th note going to B string 8th fret. So add in some vibrato, and then have 6 frets on the high E and slide out. Alright, the next phrase goes like this. Okay, so here we start off with the bend on the 8 frets of high E, bend up and release, 6 on high E, to 8 on B, then again we have this quick 6 frets on the high E, to 8 frets, picking it 2 times. Staying on this note for a little longer, adding some vibrato, and then we have, so picking two notes on the B string 8 fret, then going to 6 on high E and 8 high E bend full step, which is followed by a gradual bend on the same note, so 8 fret, gradual bend full step, and we stay on it for a whole bar. So one more time, the whole thing. Next phrase. So sliding into the 7th fret on the G string, then we pick 3 times 8 frets on the B. 3rd note, we stay on it for 2 beats, adding some vibrato, then picking the high E on the 6th and slide out. Next phrase. So again we have a slide on the G string into the 7th fret, pick the 8th fret on B, and then slide into these notes again with another finger. So we have this kind of trick. Staying on this note, and then we have quick 11th fret on the B to 8. You can play the 6th on the high E if you want to. It's just easier to play like that. Then after that we have, so bend on the high E string 8th fret, then we pick 8th fret, bring it down, and then we have again quick note 6th fret on high E to 8th fret on B. And then kind of the finisher of this phrase is, so here we have 6th fret on a B string, and it's again staccato, means it's a short note. Then we have, so it's pick the note on the G string 5th fret, bring it down, pull off to the 3rd fret, 5 on D, back to G string 3rd fret, and then pick 5th fret on the D string 2 times. Then pick the 3rd time and slide out. Next phrase goes like this. So here we have bend on the high E string 8th fret full step. Then we play 8 on B, 6 on high E to 8, and we have a gradual bend. Full step. We stay on this bend for a whole bar and one more beat from the next bar. And then while it's bent up, you catch the B string at the same fret, so you get this sound, but while it's bent up. So you pick it and you bend up both strings. And gradual release, and then we have again quick 16th note, 6th fret on the high E to 8th fret on the B string. Pick it one more time, add vibrato, and then the last note again is going to be 6th fret on the high E and slide out. So one more time. Sorry. like that. Next phrase goes like this. Okay, so here we start off with the bend again on the 8th fret of the high E string for 2 beats. Then we play 8 to 6, back to 8, and then pick it one more time, and we have a bend up and release, followed by a little rest, and then we play 8 again, and then again 6 on the high E, quick note, 16th note, to the 8th fret of the B string. So that's what we got so far. Then we have, so picking the B string 2 times 8th fret, and then going to high E, we play 6, and then we have 2 bends without picking the second one, and then again we have 6 on high E to 8 on B, and then we have this finisher. So it's a slide from around 5th fret to the 7th on the G string. Then we pick 6 on high E, and then on the B string we pick 8, and then we have a quick pull off in the end, like that. So altogether this last phrase goes like this. Then after that, the solo goes into the turnaround, the D minor 9 chord, and we play these. So we go into D. Now we're going to be playing D minor. So it goes 13 on the high E string, then we play 10 to 12 on the high E, 10 on high E again, then we go to the B string, 13 to 10, so then we go on to the G string, we play 12, 10, 9, and then to finish off this phrase we go, so we pick the 5th fret on the G string, and then we slide into the 7th fret. Pick 6th fret on the B string, back to 7 on G. Staying on this note for a little while and adding some vibrato. And then we have kind of slide out without picking and pulling off and hammer on. So from the 7th fret we slide down to the 5th, pull off to 3rd, and then hammer on or slide into the 5th fret again. Like that. So altogether this last lick in D minor going to C minor goes like this. One more time. Then after that we have the next lick, which goes like this. So here we slide into the 5th fret on D string, and it's the first note kind of silent, so you can accent the second note, and also you can slightly palm mute it. So the main note here is going to be on the 3rd fret of the G string. So you know you have to work with your dynamics as well on the guitar. So picking lighter, and then on the 3rd fret of the G string you can accent it. Sorry. So we slide into D, pick it 2 times, then accent on the G string, 3rd fret 2 times, back to the D string, 5th fret, and then we have it's a grace note, hammer on, quick hammer on from 3rd to 5th fret on the D string. Then pick 3rd fret on the G and slide out. Then we have, so this is already familiar to us. It's like during the interlude that we did these 6s. So again, we slide into the 7th fret on the A string, pick 5th fret on the G, and then the same we do, simply shifting 2 frets down. So into the 5th fret on A, picking 3rd fret on G, and then again we have 2 grace notes on the D string from 3rd to 5th fret. And then the last note is going to be 3rd fret sliding out on the D string. Like that. Next phrase goes like this. So here again on the G string we have a slide into the 7th fret. Pick 8 on the B string, and it's going to be again staccato note, meaning short one. Then we pick it one more time and add some vibrato, staying on it for 2 beats, and then we go into gradual slide bend, kind of half step on the 1st string, 6th fret. Like I said, gradual bend, half step, and then we have 8 on high E, back to 6, quick 16th note, going to 8 frets on the B string. So the last note that we slide out from is going to be on the B string, 6th fret. Next phrase goes like this. Okay, so here we start off with the bend on the 8th fret of the high E string. Bend up and release, bring it down. Then we play 6, 8, 6. Onto the B string, 2 quarter notes, 8th fret on the B string. Then we have again a bend on the high E string, 6th fret, for a little longer, and this time it's going to be a full step bend. And while it's bent, we then have, it's kind of picking. He might have made a mistake or did it on purpose, I don't know, but we have kind of dead strings here. And while picking the 6th fret again of the high E string. So after the bend, so we have this little trick, then play 8 on B, and then 2 slight bends on the 6th fret of the high E string, and back to the B string, 8th fret. One more time, the whole thing. This is a typical kind of blues thing. Then the next phrase. So it's a quick bend and release on the G string, 5th fret, bend up, bring it down, and then play 3rd fret. Then the next phrase goes like this. So here we have a bend on the G string, 5th fret. Then we go 3rd fret on B, 3 on high E. Bend on the B string, 6th fret, full step. And then we have, so 3 on high E, 3rd fret on high E, 6 on B. Then we have again bend, half step bend on the 5th fret of the G string. Then bring it down, pick 3rd fret. Then we have 2 slight bends again on the 5th fret of the G string, and then we have, which is again grace note on the D string from 3rd to 5th, and then pull off to 3rd fret, like that. So one more time, the whole thing. Like that. Then after that, the next phrase. So here, kind of free form. This lick is played starting with the 5th fret on the D string. Then we go to, on the A string. Then we go to D, 3rd fret to the 5th. 3 on G string. Back to D on the 5th fret. Adding some vibrato, and then we have, which is on the G string, 3rd fret, hammer on, pull off to the 5th, back to 3rd. Add some vibrato, and then we have 2 bends here on the G string, 5th fret. The first one is quicker, and then the second one is going to be, we're going to stay on it for a little longer, for bar and a half, and in the end you add some vibrato. And then right after the bend we go, so we go to the 7th fret of the G string, we bend up a full step, then we release it back down, pull off to 5, and slide down to the 3rd fret. So that's the phrase you want to get. After that we continue with solo, which starts to fade away. So we still got 3 licks going on here. The first one goes like this. So it starts off with the 8th fret on the B string, then we have 6, 8 on the high E, and when we get to 6th fret of the high E, he plays a little artificial harmonic or pinch harmonic. It might not have been done intentionally, again, just, happened that his finger caught this harmonic. But anyway, so we go 8 on B, 6 to 8 on high E, and then we have a gradual bend on the 8th fret of the high E string. And once we bend it up, we add vibrato and start to slightly bring down the string while picking. So you get this motion going on, but again, like I said, adding some vibrato and picking the string as well. And once you brought it back down to the 8th fret, we then go 6 on high E, and then 2 notes followed on the B string, 8th fret 2 times. So one more time. Then the next phrase goes like this, next lick. So again we have 8 on B, going to high E string 6, 8. Another full step bend, and we cut it off like that. We have a little rest, playing 8 on B again, going right away to the 6th fret on the high E, and then in the end quick hammer on onto the 8th fret. Like that. And then the very last lick that you can hear is going. So picking the 8th fret of the high E string and going right into the bend, bring it down, and then we go, we play again 6, fret on high E, 16th note, go into the B string 8, and then the last note is going to be hammer on, quick hammer on grace note from 6 to 8 on the B string. And that's pretty much how the solo ends. Alright guys, so that was it for this lesson. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please hit the thumbs up button. Also comment, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to visit GuitarForce.com for more guitar lessons and guitar related stuff. In the meantime, I'll see you again. Take it easy, and as always, let the force be with you.